way things kind of snowballed there in the second quarter, I guess.
I mean, it was very hard. I mean, we had turnovers, a little bit of MAs, and they got up early. And, anytime, the team get up too early on you, it kind of messes up your game plan overall. But, I mean, we try to come back out of the second half and make plays. We moved the ball a couple times, but we just executed in the red zone.
Alton, just talk about the help that Josh maybe didn't get from the offensive line, and there were some drops out there. How tough a job was that for him to come into this game, play in this place, and maybe not get the help he needed?
I mean, Missouri, they're a great team, and they send a lot of crazy blitzes. So I think at times we didn't pick up the blitz, and that kind of caused some, to get out of hand with the certain throws and whatnot. But overall, it wasn't Daw's fault. It was just some plays that we missed, and I mean, like I said, they sent the house on him. This is his first game, and he made some great plays also. So I think there's room for improvement. So overall, I think he played a solid game.
When you look at the slow start again, why do you think you guys have trouble on the road just getting off to a quick start?
I mean, honestly, I really don't think we have trouble. It just really executing. That's probably the main thing, just executing. I mean, we have the chemistry. We work hard each and every day. We know how the game plan. It's just executing and just not your man.
But was that tough to be in some good field position in the first half and not really be able to take advantage of that?
Yeah, it was a great opportunity for our play calling and just what coverages that, based on the field possession, they just get a certain coverage and they change their coverage up a lot. So I think that helped our game plan overall.
Yeah. How important is it to take advantage of those field positions when you guys are, within strike distance?
It's very important because our coaches know the X and O's to draw up, and it's our job to go out there and make plays.
Big, where are you guys at right now? I mean, you dropped 2 in a row here to nationally ranked teams. You got another yourself win this week coming up. Trying to make a bowl game.
I mean, we got 3 games left, and we got 2 home, and we got 1 away. So at the end of the day, we just plan on focusing on our goal, and let's get into a bowl game.
Anything else?
How does Josh kind of carry himself? I know it's such a kind of a tough assignment to go on the road like this with your first career start. How did he kind of handle himself in the huddle and all those things?
Like I said, Josh very mature. He always hit himself poised. Regardless of any mistake he make, he come back with a positive attitude, and he's just a hard worker in general. So he wasn't down on himself at all. He just was ready to get back on that field and make a play.
Vic, how much do you feel like you guys maybe didn't help him as much as he needed? Obviously, he's making his first start on the road. You feel like you guys helped him enough or not enough?
I mean, we helped him. I wouldn't say we didn't help him. I would say it's certain blitzes we didn't pick up when they bought the house. I mean, that caused them to run the ball or make certain throws. But in general, I just think we got to do a better job of just protecting him. And I just think, when he's scrambling down the field, we got to know our scramble rules and come back to the ball.
What was your assessment of Dobbs tonight?
Dobbs played a solid game. This is his first start as a true freshman. He made some great plays when it came to running, pulling the ball, and my 11 catches was from Dobbs. So I just think in general he played a solid game. He got a lot of room for improvement, and his whole attitude tonight was positive.
What was most disappointing about tonight?
I would just say turnovers. I mean, that's going to happen, and I'm not blaming Dobbs at all. And I would just say, stopping the run. Stopping the run against Missouri, they pound the ball, and that kind of what ran the clock.
Coach said that he was going to challenge
2 more, guys.
You guys' physicality next week on the practice field and had challenges, sort of the physical mindset that you need to play with. How do you guys improve there? What do you need to do to become a more physical football team down the stretch?
I mean, just fundamentals, techniques, holding each other accountable, and just having a positive mindset and going out there ready to work, having an edge.
Have they surprised y'all with some of those complex blitzes and stuff? Because I think they weren't a really complex defense, more of an effort-based defense, but they seem to do some things that surprise y'all or threw y'all off.
I mean, it ain't too much surprises. They just made great plays. It was times, randomly they'll disguise their coverage and they'll send a house. But overall, we just got to do a better job, like I said, of executing and just knowing the why on each play.
You had 10 catches.
Last one.
Was there something were you and Josh kind of on the same page, I guess?
I mean, our game plan and rehearsing and practice, that just kind of helped us get in the groove throughout this game. Based on their coverages, we knew when Ross was coming, so whatever they gave us, we played off it.
How much Missouri controlled it? How disappointing is that as an offensive lineman to have it go?
It's very disappointing. At times our offensive line, you only can control what you can control. Well, we could have controlled this game. We didn't do a good job at all. Honestly, we're gonna go watch the film. We're gonna be disappointed. We're gonna feel like we could have done a lot better.
What do you?
Just the player, the offensive line. As a group, we didn't establish a line of scrimmage. We talked all week. They had a good D line. We're playing and passing on the D line. We can balance that out and win the line of scrimmage. We'll have a chance. We didn't get that done today.
Jawan, why do you feel like you guys didn't get that done up front?
I really don't know. It's a lot. We're gonna have to watch the film and just figure something out. And get it fixed.
Is it surprising this deep in your all's careers, you started so many games together that you don't know why you weren't physical or weren't as physical as you wanted to be?
It's not surprising. Some games, don't go your way. Some things don't go your way, but we had too many plays where we all five weren't on the same page. Even myself, I didn't play one of my best games today, so we just got to go get it corrected and see what we did wrong.
You guys talked about making sure you played well to help Josh. You feel like you guys did that tonight?
No, I did. We talked to him in the locker room. Those turnovers he had, a lot of those we put those on us. As an offensive line, he was scrambling out the pocket. He was running around, so we got to do a better job, having his back. And, like I said, we just got to watch the film and figure out what happened.
You guys have faced some other good defensive lines this year. How did that group compare, and what did they do well?
That group had a motor. They had a motor, and they had a lot of guys. A lot of guys rotating in that, the talent level didn't change off. I give credit to those guys, the work they put in.
Feel encouraged by what you saw from Dobbs, and what you think?
Yeah, I feel encouraged. He showed a lot. He showed a lot of, encouragement. He showed encouragement to me. He showed confidence. He was running the ball. He had a long run. I feel like he did well, and we're going to need him, because our ultimate goal is trying to get to a bowl game. We got 3 opportunities left to get 2, so we got to go out here and focus on these next.
Juwan, you guys had pretty good field position early on. How disappointing was it not to be able to take advantage of that?
Yeah, it's always disappointing not to score and not to move the ball. And like you said, we had great opportunities, so we just got to go watch it. It all starts up front, and, we didn't get the job done today.
What were you guys, as an offensive line, what are you saying on the sideline as you're trying to, kind of get you guys going?
One play at a time. We kept saying one play at a time. All we need is one play. Everybody, just the next play, the next play, the next play. But, it didn't happen.
From the high of the huge win a couple of weeks ago, have you guys taken a step back in these 2 losses?
I don't think we're taking a step back. We're not quite sure what it is, but we gotta go get it fixed. Like I said, watch this film, get it fixed, because we got a great opponent in Auburn next week.
You had mentioned, and Coach Jones did too, that the goal's still out there to get 6 wins, get to that bowl game. What do you have to do to change this momentum now?
Come in tomorrow. We're having a meeting tomorrow with everybody. Come in tomorrow, refocus, regroup. Let this game. Learn from it on Sunday, but then let it go on Monday, because we got a great opponent, Auburn. They have a great defense they've been playing with.
What kind of a challenge is it to not get discouraged after a couple losses like this? How hard is that? Obviously I know you guys are going to be working on that, and that's going to be a point of emphasis, but how much of a task is that to not get discouraged?
That's up to us as seniors, and just to keep everybody up. But we've seen it, like I said, plenty of times. We've seen it the past 3 years. We've seen different senior classes, 3 different ones, and we want to be the best ones. Encouraging-wise, not quitting-wise. Trying to get to that goal of the bowl game.
Is that what Coach talked to y'all about in the locker room?
Last one.
Yeah. He talked about our dream is still out there. Our goal that we had from the beginning of the year, us going to a bowl game, is still out there, and we just got to take advantage of it.
Mistakes surprised y'all tonight. You were able to move the ball, but then when y'all got close to the red zone, kind of some mistakes started creeping up. Was anything causing that, or Missouri's in, or was that y'all just making mistakes?
I think that was just more of us. Something that we got to work on and go back to the drawing board. I think it's the most penalty we had in the game since the start of the season, so I think that was really us.
In terms of the way Josh being in there, how much did that change from the offensive perspective? Were there any communication issues or anything that led to some of the penalties?
No. Dobbs did a great job communicating and taking over and commanding the line and commanding the huddle and whatnot. So that was really
Rajion, I think the running back, you and Marlon combined for just 14 carries. Did you guys come in planning to try and throw it, or is that just kind of the flow of the game?
Just the flow of the game. I think that's a result of us kind of beating ourselves a little bit, getting behind the chains, and trying to fight our way back and claw our way back into the game.
Rajion, from 2 weeks ago, where you guys had one of the best wins that you've had in a while, to tonight, have you taken a step back? Is confidence wavering at all?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just just a part of the game, part of the conference, man. It's going to be great competition week in and week out. We played nothing but top 10 opponents for the past couple weeks. But, I think we just got to do a better job of just coming out fighting, being more prepared and kind of jump-starting and creating our own momentum in it.
These last 2 weeks, how much of a grind is that to lose this way? And just does it take anything out of you going forward?
As a competitor, yeah, it takes a little bit out of you. But on the same note, as a competitor, you got to kind of move on and you just learn and grow from it. Because it's part of the game.
Rajion, just how tough does it make it when you guys come out with a slow start, like the last couple of games on offense, just to try and ball yourselves back into the game? Just how hard does that make it when you start off slow?
It's hard. I think it plays a lot into how the defense plays, because I think once we're moving, man, that gives them confidence, that gives them the juice and the energy they need to know, once they come off the field, that we're going to do our end. So, I think it plays, a little bit on both ends, man, putting a little pressure on them to, continue to keep stopping those guys, and a little pressure on us to try to keep fight from behind.
What's been the difference with that Missouri defense? Y'all are the only team that's had, a lot more trouble scoring on them this year than last year. How much different is that defense than it was?
I would say the D-line has done a lot more stunting, where it's kind of hard to really pick up gap integrity and where guys are supposed to be as far as slanting and where we want to run the ball towards, because most of the time the reads are being, I guess you could say, distorted with the slants and the movement of the up front D linemen. So it's kind of difficult.
I can't imagine y'all wanted to make Josh throw it like 40 times or something tonight, being his first start and being on the road. Is that where the I guess, lack of discipline or mistakes kind of got y'all behind the chains and messed up a little bit, because y'all only got 14 carries out of the running backs and you had to throw it a lot?
Yeah, once again, man, that just kind of falls on us. Definitely wasn't the game plan. You definitely got to adjust and kind of just go off of how the game plays and with the momentum swings occur. So saying that what happened, that's what we kind of had to do, rely on his arm.
It's tough to hear Coach say that y'all weren't physical enough tonight. Is that something that, I know as a football player y'all take so much pride in that, for a coach to come out and say that, is that kind of a painful thing to hear?
Definitely. Because there's really nowhere around it in this league. In this game, you got to be physical.
Last one for Rajion. Anybody? Rajion, why do you think they were able to kind of win the line of scrimmage? What kind of was the difference in your mind?
I would say just the stunt. For anybody, I think it's hard, man, because being a running back and understanding the run game, the O-linemen and the running backs, quarterbacks, we read on keys. We decide what we want to run to as far as the strength or what they do as a D-line. With the movement kind of distorting the reads and looks, man, it's going to be hard for really anybody to, potentially be successful in the run game. But it just takes some time to get adjusted to it.